Euclidean domain. So this is very important topic, which is a Euclidean domain. So exam ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਇਹਦੀ definition ਪੁੱਛੀ ਜਾ ਚੁੱਕੀ ਹੈ. Now what is the definition of Euclidean domains? अगर मेरे को कोई भी नॉन जीरो इंटेग्रल डोमेन है R. So what is R? It is a non-zero integral domain. और इस non-zero integral domain ਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ Euclidean domain ਕਵਾਂਗੇ. If there exists a function, अगर कोई function exist करे delta, so which is from R minus 0, so integral domain च 0 ਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਬਾਹਰ ਕੱਢ ਦੇਣਾ to set of integer. So this is a set of integer. So ਮੇਰੇ ਕੋਲ ਇੱਕ ਮੈਪਿੰਗ ਹੈ, ਇੱਕ ਪਾਸੇ ਇੰਟੈਗਰਲ ਡੋਮੇਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ 0 ਨੂੰ ਬਾਹਰ ਕੱਢਾਂਗੇ, ਦੂਜੇ ਪਾਸੇ set of integer ਹੈ और delta is mapping from this to this. और अगर ये तीन प्रॉपर्टीज ਨੂੰ सैटिस्फाई कर, प्रॉपर्टी नंबर 1, this delta of A is always greater than equal to 0. मतलब कोई भी एलिमेंट A असी R minus 0 च लईए, ਉਹਦੀ डेल्टा वैल्यू हमेशा पॉजिटिव होएगी. Second, delta of AB is always greater than equal to delta of A, where AB is the element of R minus 0, the non-zero element of integral domain. Third property, for every A belongs to R and B is some non-zero element belongs to R, then there exist two element Q and R in R such that A can be written as BQ plus R. Now this R is either R is 0 or delta of R is less than delta B. So ਜਾਂ ਤਾਂ R ਦੀ value 0 ਹੋਏਗੀ ਜਾਂ delta value of R is less than delta values of B. ਜਿਹੜੀ ਕੰਡੀਸ਼ਨ ਨੰਬਰ 3 ਹੈ, ਇਹਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਬੜੇ ਧਿਆਨ ਨਾਲ ਦੇਖੀਏ. ਇਹ ਕੰਡੀਸ਼ਨ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ ਡਿਵੀਜ਼ਨ ਐਲਗੋਰਿਥਮ ਵਰਗੀ ਹੈ. तो इस कंडीशन का नाम साढ़े कोल होएगा यूक्लिडियन एल्गोरिथम. यूक्लिडियन एल्गोरिथम. So because it is similar as the division algorithm, so this is called a Euclidean algorithms. And the function is called, जेड़ा साढ़े कोल डेल्टा फंक्शन है, इस फंक्शन को कहांगे यूक्लिडियन वेरिएशन. यूक्लिडियन variations. So this is called a Euclidean variations, and this is a Euclidean algorithm. So this is a definitions. So in this chapter we will discuss the all examples that are related to these definitions. So I take the first example. It is very important. So first question, prove that set of integer is a, show that, what is the statement? Show that set of integers Z is a Euclidean domain. Euclidean domain. सानू पता है इंटेग्रल डोमेन तो है ही है, तो असी प्रूव करना इट इज़ ए यूक्लिडियन डोमेन. सो मतलब असी एक फंक्शन लईए जिहड़ा कि उन्हां प्रॉपर्टीज़ नू सैटिस्फाई करदे. ना प्रूफ ऑफ दिस थ्योरम या क्वेश्चन this values. Now I define a mapping delta, which is now here left hand side z minus 0 element, or this value goes to set of integer z. So इस डोमेन च 0 नहीं है, so this goes to z, and this mapping is defined by delta of A, which is absolute value of A for every A belongs to in its domain. So this values, right? The property number 1. Property number 1, delta A, which is equal to modulus of A, as we know that it is greater than equal to 0. So it implies delta A greater than equal to 0 for every A belongs to its domain. So first property satisfied. Property number 2, it involves two elements. So let AB belongs to z minus 0, this values. Now what is delta of AB by this definition, which is modulus of AB. So this is always greater than modulus of A or modulus of B. So this value, so what is this, which is a delta of A, right? Because second element, yani modulus of B, is positive. Why this is possible? I write it as AB can be written as A into B. So this is always greater than equal to this. Why? Because modulus of B is positive. So a positive होने करके this product will always greater than equal to this values. After that, property number 3, so which is called a Euclidean algorithm. So property number 3. Now in this case, for every A belongs to z minus 0, it is belongs to z, and this B belongs to z minus 0. Yeah. So 1 is non-zero integer and A is integer. Now in the set of integer, we have the division algorithm. So by using the division algorithm, there exist Q and R such that A can be written as BQ plus R. So where modulus of R, where either R is 0 or modulus of R is 0. So second is modulus of R is less than modulus of B. So this is a divisor. Now here R is 0, no problem, and this by definition, what is this? It is a delta of R. By definition, this is a delta of B. So it satisfies the property number 3. If it satisfies the property number 3, then set of integer is a Euclidean domain. So what ED means? ED means Euclidean domains. So this is my first question. So in this way, we will prove every question. Now we will discuss all of these questions one by one. So second question, show that every field F is Euclidean domain. So I can write it as ED. So you can choose it ED or Euclidean domain. So in the exam always write the entire name, which is a Euclidean domain. Now solutions. Again, so on same line of action, define a function f minus this 0 to set of integers. So remember, to set of integers, and integer have the values which is a unity 1. So I define this function as delta of a, which is a constant for every a belongs to f minus 0. This values. So property number 1, clearly delta of a is always greater than 0 for every a belongs to f minus this 0. So property number 2, let two element, one is a, second is b, belongs to f minus 0. So what is delta of AB, which is equal to 1? So delta of A is 1. So 1 is always greater than equal to 1. So this 1 is again equal to delta A. So which prove the property number 2, right? Now division algorithm, property number 3. So I take one element, so let one element A belongs to F and second B belongs to F minus 0, this values. It means some non-zero element. So it is a invertible because F is a field. So every non-zero element is invertible. So we write A, which is equal to A into B inverse B. It means A into 1. So here I write it in this way, and here I write A B inverse into B plus 0. Clear? This values. So A B. So here B divide this element. So this is a quotient, yani ki Q, and this is a remainder, which is a R. So it means it satisfy this condition, which is a BQ plus R. So where R is equal to 0. So it implies every field, yani F is Euclidean domain. So this is a Euclidean domain. Now after that, the next question, which is a question number 3. So statement is the set of all Gaussian integer is a Euclidean domain. So that is fourth example. So this is example number 4. Show that, what is the statement? Show that the ring of Gaussian integer Zi, so which is equal to a plus iota b such that AB belongs to Z. So this is of Gaussian integer. Gaussian integers. So this is a Euclidean domain. Euclidean domain. So remember that this question is expected for examination. So already बहुत बार एग्ज़ाम ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪੁੱਛਿਆ ਜਾ ਚੁੱਕਾ ਹੈ। ठीक है जी। सो जिन्ना क मैनू पता है उन्ना क मैं लिख देना। 1996 च भी, 2005 2008 ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ। सो इस तो इलावा भी काफ़ी बार पूछा गया होना। सो जिन्ना क मैनू याद है मैं इनू लिखता, या जिन्ना क मेरी नॉलेज दे विच है उन्ने क मैं ईयर मैंशन करते। बट मन के चलो ये तुहानू एग्जाम दे विच पूछा जाना। नाउ डिफाइन सेम मैनर फंक्शन असी इस ढंग नाल डिफाइन करना कि साडियां जिहड़ियां कंडीशनस है वो ट्रू हो जाए। सो दिस वैल्यूज, सो दिस इज सेट ऑफ इंटीजर। ठीक है जी। सो दिस फंक्शन इज डिफाइंड बाय डेल्टा ए प्लस आयोटा बी। सो इहदा मॉडुलस लईए और मॉडुलस दा स्केयर यानी ए स्केयर प्लस बी स्केयर हुंदा फॉर एवरी ए प्लस आयोटा बी belongs to Gaussian integer minus 0. It means it is a sum non-zero elements. So property number 1. So first property. So property number 1, to prove that it is greater than equal to 0. So clearly delta A plus iota B, which is a square plus b square. So this term is positive, this term is positive. So entire term is positive for every a plus iota b belongs to this minus 0. Minus 0. So it means it is a non-zero element. Property number 2, that is a product. So I take two element A plus iota B, C plus iota D belongs to Zi. This Zi, and this is minus a element this 0. Now product. So what is product? Delta variation bracket A plus iota b into c plus iota d, this multiplication. So this can be written as delta, this values. Now taking product and separate real and imaginary part. So AC minus BD plus iota BC plus iota BC plus AD. So this is a BC plus AD raised to power 2. So this values. So this is a value of our, this is the value of delta of AC minus BD plus iota BC plus AD. Now here this is first term, yeah, which is the real part, and this is the imaginary part. So what is the value of delta variation? So this is AC minus BD raised to power 2 plus BC minus plus AD raised to power 2. So we get this values. Now simplify, the negative term cancel to each other when we take the square. So what we get? A square C square plus B square D square plus B square C square and then A square into D square. Now first and last term give us A square into C square plus D square, these values, and then the other two terms, this and this. So this is give us B square into C square plus D square. Now this value can be written as A square plus B square into C square plus D square. So also remember the delta variation of this concept. So we get these values. So what is this? This term is a positive, always positive. It means this term is the second term which is a greater than equal to A square plus B square. Why? Because C square plus D square is always greater than equal to 1 because C plus iota D is a non-zero. It is a non-zero. अगर साढ़े कोल non-zero है तो एक greater than equal to 1 होएगा, असी चेक कर सकते हैं. So what is this? This is a delta of A plus iota B, this values. So what we get? We get delta, this product A plus iota B, C plus iota D, which is greater than equal to delta of A plus iota B. So it proves the result number 2. So it proves the result number 2. Now the third, so which is a Euclidean algorithm. So in this case, I take A plus iota B, which belongs to Gaussian integer, and second C plus that divide. So C plus iota D. So this is a non-zero element belongs to Gaussian integer, right? So here we want to find out the Euclidean algorithms. Now clearly, what is my aim? My aim is here this A plus iota B, so which is divided by C plus iota D, then it gives quotient and remainder which satisfy the condition of Euclidean algorithm. So I consider this as P plus iota Q because it is the element of Gaussian integer. So what it means? It means P plus iota Q. So this can be written as A plus iota B over C plus iota D. Now rationalization. So if we rationalization C minus iota D over C minus iota D, these values. So first, what is the real part? AC. First term, this and this, then this product, so plus B into D, और नीचे टर्म की आएगी C square plus D square plus next term is iota. So what is imaginary part? Imaginary part iota BC. So from this and this, from this and this, and next is minus AD or what is its value? So this is a c square plus d square. So here we get the value of p and q. It acts as this form. So what is this? It is a rational number. If a, b, c, d are integer, so these numbers are of rational numbers. So clearly what we get p, which is equal to AC plus BD over C square plus D square, and similarly Q, which is BC minus AD over C square plus D square, and these are rational number. Clear? So this is of this kind, so these are the rational number. If these are rational number, now as we know by number theory कि for every PQ rational number, अगर असी कोई भी दो rational number लइए तो there exists some integer mn belongs to z. तो कोई भी असी इंटीजर लभ सकते हैं such that उन्हां दी values p minus m it is less than equal to 1 by 2, and similarly q minus n, so which is less than equal to 1 by 2. तो ये साडे कोल नंबर थ्योरी का आपां रिजल्ट बड़ी ईजिली वेरीफाई कर सकते हैं. तुसी अगर रियल लाइन च चेक कर लो, ठीक है जी. तो आपां मान लो आ साडे कोल एक रियल लाइन है. सो इस रियल लाइन दे विच साडे कोल इधर भी इंटीजर होएगा, इधर भी इंटीजर होएगा, राइट. अगर आप रियल लाइन की गल करिए 0 1 2, तो ये भी इंटीजर, दिस इंटीजर. मान लो कोई पॉइंट रैशनल नंबर इधर दिस एट दिस पॉइंट, तो ये डिस्टेंस 1 by 2 तो घट होएगी. जे ये पॉइंट लैफ्ट हैंड साइड पर होंदा तो ये इस इंटीजर ना डिस्टेंस 1 by 2 तो घट होनी सी. सो इट मीनस कि वी कैन फाइंड एनी इंटीजर विच सैटिस्फाई दिस कंडीशंस. Now, in order to simplify this result, I take alpha, which is equal to p minus m, and beta, which is equal to q minus n. So here p and q are rational number, and alpha and beta are m and n are integers. So remember, also modulus of alpha is less than equal to 1 by 2, and modulus of beta less than equal to 1 by 2. I write it as equation number 2. So you can name it as equation number 1, 2, any. So I write it as in this way. So from this we can find the value of p and q. So what is p? P is here, which is alpha plus m, and what is q? Q is beta plus n. So remember that m and n are integers. Now that we consider from our equations a plus iota b, so what it can be written as? It can be written as p plus iota q into c plus iota d. So that we consider, so the value of this over c plus iota d. Now substitute the value of p. So what is p? P is equal to this values. What is q? Q is equal to this values. Then this will become alpha plus iota beta plus m plus iota n. Clear? into C plus iota D. So I take it as quotient. Why? Because m and n are integers. So this can be written in this way, m plus iota n into C plus iota D. या ਅਸੀਂ ਲਿਖ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ C plus, क्योंकि कम्यूटेटिव प्रॉपर्टी होल्ड ਹੁੰਦੀ है, सो C plus iota D ਨੂੰ ਆਪਾਂ ਅੱਗੇ ਵੀ ਲਿਖ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ। Now from this is a alpha plus iota beta into C plus iota D। सो ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹਦੀ ਡੈਲਟਾ ਵੇਰੀਏਸ਼ਨ ਚੈੱਕ ਕਰਨੀ। ਇੱਥੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਕੁਸ਼ੀਐਂਟ ਲੱਭ ਲਿਆ Q dash। So this Q dash basically is a member of Gaussian integer, C plus iota D is a divisor. So my aim is to show that the delta variation of this element is delta variation of this element. Now it should be less than equal to delta variation of C plus iota D। तो C plus iota D ਦੀ ਡੈਲਟਾ ਵੇਰੀਏਸ਼ਨ ਤੋਂ ਲੈਸ ਅਸੀਂ ਪ੍ਰੂਵ ਕਰਨਾ। ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ? ਨਾਓ ਦਿਸ ਇਜ਼ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਇਸ ਟਰਮ ਨੂੰ ਅਗਰ ਮੈਂ ਨਾਮ R ਡੈਸ਼ ਰੱਖ ਦਿੰਨਾ ਤਾਂ ਮੇਰੇ ਕੋਲ ਆ ਗਿਆ A plus iota B, A plus iota B which is equal to C plus iota D into Q dash, ठीक है जी, प्लस R dash। देखिए हूँ where what is the Q dash quotient, so which is equal to m plus iota n, so clearly it belongs to Gaussian integer this values। ਹੁਣ ਇਸ ਤੋਂ ਅੱਗੇ ਚਲੀਏ, ਇਸ ਤੋਂ ਅੱਗੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ R dash ਦੀ डेल्टा वेरिएशन चेक करिए। सो डेल्टा वेरिएशन ऑफ R डैश विच इज ए डेल्टा वेरिएशन ऑफ अल्फा प्लस आयोटा, तो दिस इज ए C स्क्वायर प्लस C प्लस आयोटा D अल्फा प्लस आयोटा बीटा। ठीक है जी। तो जे आपां नूं याद होवे ਅਸੀਂ ਪ੍ਰੋਡਕਟ ਦੀ ਡੈਲਟਾ ਵੇਰੀਏਸ਼ਨ ਫਾਈਂਡ ਆਊਟ ਕੀਤੀ ਸੀ, ਉਹ ਕਿਹਦੇ ਬਰਾਬਰ ਆ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਸੀ C ਸਕੁਅਰ ਪਲਸ D ਸਕੁਅਰ ਇਨਟੂ ਅਲਫਾ ਸਕੁਅਰ ਪਲਸ ਬੀਟਾ ਸਕੁਅਰ। ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਜੀ। ਪ੍ਰੋਡਕਟ ਦੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਫਾਈਂਡ ਆਊਟ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਹੁਣ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ this value is less than equal to 1/2, it means alpha square less than equal to 1/4, beta square is less than equal to 1/4, so this alpha square plus beta square less than equal to 1, so this can be written as C square plus D square। So what is this? It is a delta variation of C plus iota D, so it implies delta of R dash is always less than equal to delta of C plus iota D। So what we get, so this is a Euclidean algorithm, so this is our Gaussian integer, so this is a Euclidean domain, so this is very important type and almost expected for examination। On same line of action we can prove our next example। Now question number 5, so again this is a question number 5, so again show that z square root of 3, square root of 3, सो कोई भी क्वेश्चन आ जाए उन्होंने इसे टाइप नाल ही करना। सो व्हाट इज दिस? इट इज ए प्लस b under root 3 such that AB belongs to Z. So what is my question? My question, it is a Euclidean domain. Euclidean domain. So ये मेरा क्वेश्चन है, ठीक है जी। सो तुहानू एग्जाम च कोई भी पूछा जा सकता जेड स्केयर रूट ऑफ 5 7, सो सारे इस टाइप दे नाल ही असी करने हैं, ठीक। सो व्हाट इज़ द सॉल्यूशन? सब तो पहला इंटैग्रल डोमेन होना चाहिए, तो ये बारे सानू प्रूव करन दी लोड़ नहीं। दिस इज़ ए इंटैग्रल डोमेन, इंटैग्रल डोमेन। ये आपां बहुत ईजिली प्रूव कर सकते हैं कि दिस इज़ ए इंटैग्रल डोमेन। सो अगे नैक्सट स्टैप एक मैपिंग लईए जेड स्केयर रूट ऑफ 3 दे विचों 0 नूं बाहर कढ़िया, कित्ते गई सैट ऑफ इंटीजर च, और दिस मैपिंग इज डिफाइंड बाय a प्लस बी स्केयर रूट ऑफ 3 और दिस इज इक्वल टू, ठीक है जी। दिस क्वेश्चन इज this delta is of type a square minus 3b square. Remember that. अगर इतने अंडर रूट 5 होंदा तो a square minus 5b square. So remember that. This is for every a b belongs to z. a b, these are the non-zero element belongs to z. So AB या A plus B under root 3, it belongs to Z square root of 3 minus 0. So it is a non-zero element of this. So clearly you can see that this value A square minus 3B square, because it is a integer, it is always greater than equal to 1. So this is always, it is start from 1. So you can check that, suppose because these are the integral values, so if it is a 0, if a square minus 3b square, so which is equal to 0, so you can easily check that a by b square root of 3, so which is a rational number, so which is not possible. Why? A is integer, b is integer, so this integer, so it is a rational number. So but under root 3 is irrational number, irrational number. So a by b is a rational number, under root 3 is irrational number, so which is not possible. So that's why this condition will be satisfied. What is this condition? So this is a greater than equal to 1. Clear? So it means this value is greater than equal to 1. If this value is greater than equal to 1, so first condition is satisfied automatically. Now, property number 1. So what is delta of a plus under root 3b? So this value is modulus of a square minus 3b square, and we know that this is greater than equal to 1. So if it is greater than equal to 1, so it implies delta of a plus under root 3b is always greater than equal to 0 for every a plus square root of 3b belongs to Gaussian integer minus 0 element. So first property satisfied. Property number 2, I take let a plus square root of 3 into b, c plus square root of 3 into b, it belongs to, z under root 3. It belongs to z under root 3 minus 0 element. This values. Now it is a product. So delta this multiplication a plus square root of 3b into c plus square root of 3d. This values. So simplify delta this value is, so AC plus 3BD. So AC plus 3BD. This values. Now second under root 3. So plus square root of 3 into BC plus AD. AD plus BC. This values. By definition, this can be written as AC plus 3BD square minus 3 into AD plus BC raised to power 2. This values. And this is in absolute values. Now simplify. So this value will be this values, one of term, this is will be cancel out. So this value will be a square minus 3b square, and second is c square minus 3d square. So simplify, just doing the calculation we will get this values. Now this is in modulus. If this value in modulus, so this can be written as a square minus 3b square, c square minus 3d square, which is equal to delta of a plus under root 3b. This values. Now this value is greater than equal to 1. If it is greater than equal to 1, so this total term is greater than equal to this values into 1. So this value is equal to delta of a plus square root of 3 into b. So it proves our second part, the second property. Now third is Euclidean algorithm. So in the Euclidean algorithm, let a plus b under root 3, which belongs to z under root 3, and second is c plus d under root 3, and this is a non-zero, belongs to z under root 3, then considered as a plus b square root of 3 over c plus d under root 3. So this value can be written as p plus under root 3 into q. Now simplify these values. So what we get? We get p plus square root of 3 into q, this value a plus b under root 3 c minus d under root 3 over this values, which is equal to c square minus 3d square. So this is product of c plus d under root 3 into c minus d under root 3. So this can be written in this way. Now simplify. So we get first term AC minus 3BD over c square minus 3d square, this values, plus under root 3 this term. Now the coefficient of square root of 3, so this value is BC minus AD. So BC minus AD over C square minus 3D square. Now clearly what is the value of P? So this is a P, this is a P, and this is a Q. Both are rational number because A, B, C, D are integer, so P, Q are rational numbers. Now again, by using the property of numbers for every P, Q belongs to Q, so what we get, there exists integer Mn belongs to Z such that P minus M less than equal to 1 by 2 and Q minus N less than equal to 1 by 2. So what it means, if I choose alpha as P minus M, beta as Q minus M, so from this what we get? We get P is equal to alpha plus M, Q is equal to beta plus N, and modulus of alpha less than equal to 1 by 2, modulus of beta less than equal to 1 by 2. Now that we consider, so A plus iota B, A plus iota B, this can be written as C plus iota D, not A plus under root 3B, which can be written as C plus under root 3D, and into this values P plus square root of 3 into Q. So substitute the value of P. So what is the value of P? Alpha plus M. What is the value of this? Beta plus N. So this value will become C plus under root 3D into M plus square root of 3N. So this is a quotient, plus C plus under root 3D into alpha plus under root 3 beta. So this is a remainder. So this is a remainder. Now check, Q dash is written in this form, M plus under root 3N. Since these are integer, so it belongs to Z under root 3, no problem. Now what about R dash? What about remainder? So if also we know that this R, I write it as R which is equal to C plus under root 3D into alpha plus under root 3 beta, this values. What it means, delta R, which is equal to delta of C plus under root 3D into alpha plus under root 3 beta. Now we already find the product, so this value will become delta of alpha C, this is alpha C, this values, plus 3 beta into D, and second is this is alpha C. So we can directly find it as that which is equal to, this value is c square minus delta values, c square minus 3d square, and this value is into absolute value, and second is absolute value of alpha square minus 3 beta square, this values. So as we already find the product here in this case as this, so here we find on similar line of action we can find the value of this values. Now from this we know that delta, yani alpha, is less than equal to alpha modulus less than equal to 1 by 2, beta modulus less than equal to 1 by 2. So this value is always less than equal to 1. So it means this is less than equal to modulus of c square minus 3d square. So what is this? This is a delta of c plus under root 3 into d. So it means delta of r is less than. So it proves the Euclidean algorithm. So it means delta of remainder is less than equal to delta of divisor c plus under root 3 into d. So it implies this values z square root of 3. So what is this? This is a Euclidean domain. So all integral domain which satisfy all these three property is called a Euclidean domain. So same line of action we can prove any example to prove this as a Euclidean domain. So same line of action. For example number 6. So do it yourself. So what is? Show that z square root of 2 which is equal to a plus b under root 2, ab belongs to z. So this is a Euclidean domain, So here you will take the function as in rough, I am a plus square root of 2b which is modulus of a square minus 2b square, right? Example 7. So example number 7, z square root of minus square root of 2, same manner. So which is a square. Now here it is a plus b square root of minus 2. So here iota is a part of this values. AB belongs to z, this values. So again it is a Euclidean domain. So this is a proof that this is a Euclidean domain. So here we will define a function because iota is a part of this. So here define a function z square root of, so here change it as square root of minus 2. Square root of minus 2 minus 0 to set of integer, and this is defined by delta a plus b square root of minus 2. So here it is positive values, a square plus 2b square. So there is no need of absolute value because it is a positive values. So same line of action by example number 5, we can prove that it is a Euclidean domain. So here we prove this is Euclidean domain, this is Euclidean domain, this type is Euclidean domain. So do it yourself. Okay, this is a Euclidean domain. So after next, we know that example number 8, if I am taking this question number 8, so if F is a field, so if F is a some field, so in the field, the ring of polynomial is again a Euclidean domain. So if F is field, so again it is important. If F is field, then show that F of X, so this is a ring of polynomial over F, is a Euclidean domain. Euclidean domain. So that is my question. Again, it is very important type, right? So we will do it on same line of action. Solution. Now, what is the solution of this question? Now, as we know that F is field, then we know that the ring of polynomial over F is a integral domain. So this is my first part. So first part, it is a integral domain. Second, define a function delta from fx minus 0 to set of integer. तो सी इंटीजर च ले जाना और नंबर भी पॉजिटिव होना चाहिए। तो कोई भी पॉलिनोमियल नूं आपां इंटीजर च किद्दां ले जा सकते हैं? इफ आई राइट डेल्टा ऑफ एफ दैट इज इक्वल टू डिग्री ऑफ एफ, तो डिग्री हमेशा पॉजिटिव इंटीजर होंदा फॉर एवरी एफ नॉन ज़ीरो एंड इट बिलोंग्स टू एफ एक्स। तो फर्स्ट प्रॉपर्टी मेरी ऑटोमेटिकली ट्रू हो गई, डेल्टा एफ विच इज डिग्री ऑफ एफ, so degree of f is a positive for every f non-zero belongs to f of x. So this is a property number 1. So what is the property number 2? So for 2 property, let I take f and g, these are element belongs to fx minus 0. So it means it is a non-zero polynomial. So if it is a non-zero polynomial, then delta of fg, by definition, this can be written as degree of f plus, degree of f into degree of f g, this values. As we know that this is equal to degree of f plus degree of g, this values. Now since g is non-zero, then degree of g is always greater than equal to 0. So this value is always greater than equal to degree of f. So this is a delta of f. This values are delta of f as degree of g is always greater than equal to 0. So it satisfies second property Fg, which is greater than equal to delta F. Now property number 3, which is a Euclidean algorithm. So we will take help of division algorithm. So by division algorithm in fx, by using division algorithm in fx, let fg, it belongs to f of x and g is non-zero. So this is a non-zero polynomial. Then there exist h and r in fx such that f can be written as gh plus r, where either r is 0 or degree of r is less than degree of g. So what it means? It means either r is 0 or delta of r is less than delta of g, right? So it satisfies the third property. If it satisfies the third property, then it means fx, which is a Euclidean domain. Clear? So this is my result. Now in this lecture we discuss the all example of Euclidean domain. In the next lecture we will discuss the very important theorem, so that is expected for examination, that is every Euclidean domain is principal ideal domain. So remember that every Euclidean domain is a PID. So that we will discuss in